Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this product launch. This is a video explainer. Welcome to social worker and secretary service. Schwaz. So you sit here in the comfy chair and you tell your woes while you're staring into the flames and shit. Now the video camera never gets tired of listening. People do. That's okay. Who'd have thought you can replace a caring ear? Bang. There's a concierge on the board. Do you see this guy here? Spoiler alert. That's a concierge. That's the milk guy, right? And you say his job is to say that, right? It's a 5-day boot camp, right? And that's the only word that person is able to say. Not really. And then, can I have a bourbon and cake? Yes, bang. Right, and that gets done. That gets delivered here. Now this robotics service, this is a prototype, right? See how it spins? Isn't that the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen? You know, look at it. Can you see how that performs that function? Okay, if you tighten that angle up, and if you're into creative shit, you can do this, right? You can sort of do something like whatever. You get the fucking head. You might get it, and then you can have some sort of scene where it's, you know. Russell Crowe would understand what I'm talking about, because I heard him going off at someone for not in a bad angle. See that? No? Forget it. Whatever. If you want. And so the next thing you do with a social worker once you've got your bourbon is you're watching the fireplace, right? Yes, we know you drink too much. We know you're not going to tell us. We just assume you're an alcoholic. That's what we do, and a suicidal one at that. So if you're sick and tired of being considered a suicidal alcoholic, give us a go. We won't assume that at all. In fact, you know, it'll be a given that we're a bar, so you know, fuck it. Next, what's my problem? Well, I want to have a moan. Now, moaning's good. Moaning, unloading, venting, great. Better if you write it down. Okay? So if you're writing it down, then you're not freestyling, right? But if someone's writing it down, yeah, but if you fucking record it, ooh, in a video, I don't know, like this one, and you've got some support, right? And the support later, project support office or someone, we've done in a compliant way. Don't think we're, you know, once we, the administrative and control team, have that function. Don't stifle my creative genius. I'm halfway through this brainstorming idea. So, concierge says yes. Okay, good. We've got a drink, we're listening here. We're in a nice, comfortable, safe environment. You know what? But we're also quite empowered because we've got the concierge here. And we can ring and leave a message. Right, so I'm blagging away and I'm having my social worker session with the whatever, and I'll just freestyle it, I think, until I get on top of my problem. So I'm freestyling it, you know, just into the microphone. And later, get the concierge and go, concierge, yeah, look, have someone rifle through that recording, and they'll probably be listening 3 or 4 minutes behind us in delayed time, and you're listening for jobs and clues and hints, and that's all a social worker does, really, or a counsellor. Good. I hope that started an argument, because I don't think either have got a fucking clue, right? The money, I don't think either have a fucking clue. It might have just been my unique set of circumstance, but we're going to test that, seeing if there's a business model. If someone's prepared, I'm certainly prepared to pay for it, but other customers may not be. And a good idea, but a bad business case, or a bad use case, or just not a very good business idea at all, particularly when you're having too many of those. So, yeah, ring up. You say, yep, I'm done my recording. Okay, and they go, yep, cool. Come another one, yep, right. And then bang. Your list of jobs getting put in these pink slips here. Right? And these pink slips are the transcripts of your audio rant. And you're saying to everyone, oh, you know my work. Well, it's so bad. Got all these problems because I can't find an English-speaking German family lawyer. Okay. That must be frustrating for you. Would you like to kill yourself? No? Oh, that's good. You know, I have to ask. Yeah. But if you were going to kill yourself, how would you think? What weapon would you choose? Okay. Yeah, no. Well, you know. But look, it's perfectly normal for people to... And after about 7 fucking phone calls like that, it can become a bit prescriptive. So it's almost like I preempt it and say, no, look, I've got to tell you, you know, don't ask, because I'm, you know, not a danger to myself or anyone else. And that weirds out the whole conversation. But where one really benefits, in my view, potentially is in the actionability of the plan. So if it's possible at the end of that phone call, of the heart-to-heart with the no one, right? Because we know the video camera can listen all night long. No one's going to get paid enough money to listen to this pile of shit, myself included. And it's the playback then that becomes, oh fuck. Have you heard yourself lately? Well, actually, I have. And are you trying to perfect your fucking wine sob story? No, I'm not. What are you doing? What's give us some of the benefits. Well, for a fucking start, I know how I'm coming across to people when I start fucking whining and going in. I know how I escalate, the tone, the pitch, how I get sidetracked and self-analysis because you've heard your shit. And guess what? Because you've heard yourself and you've got it off your fucking chest and you haven't embarrassed yourself because it's just a recording that you're listening to later, for that and a couple of other purposes, then it's a net good. Because how much does it cost for a social worker? Now, we charge double because this is fucking 3 times as effective, right? So you've still got another 100% improvement beyond that for which we're charging, right? You'd be 3 times better off. And when I know this, because I've lived it, but we don't only listen, because we have a machine do that. We fast forward it, and then when you say, oh yeah, I wish I could, what was the request? I forgot, I wasn't listening. No, it's been recorded. Now some secretary's listening to that, and if required, a social worker's listening to it. If it's a task a secretary can do, they'll jot that down, right? And then if the social worker hears it, they can say, no, I need to do this task, and I need to do this one, and I need to do this one. All the others, fine, a secretary can do that. Or it might be a joint social worker, secretary, concerted effort, concerto in E minor, which is what I'm rather listening to. So then, what's the fucking difference? Well, first of all, the appointment with a social worker is not avoidable, right? That's for legal reasons. Because we don't want to be doing secretarial services in place of, in exchange, instead of, where that is actually required. So the plan, the action plan, we've set aside who is going to perform the action. We're just identifying what actions are required at this stage. We haven't looked at what prioritisation there is. We're simply recording the information in the most expeditious manner possible. It's compliant, it's repeatable, it's scalable, it's fucking cheap, and it's 100% fuckwit proof. Until. So this is an enormous improvement because the deliverable for which we are charging is an action plan. Now, then we look at, well, who is going to be performing these actions? So in a non-social work context, say this guy's messed up because he hasn't got one of these things, right? So his life would be improved if he had that. So that's his big problem. It's not. It's a psychological problem. That's an excuse. However, right, that happens. And that could be anything. It could be not a Porsche, nothing excessive. That's why you need both. Right? So I think so you give me a little bit of that and you go, well, you wanted that, you bought it. Did it actually do what did it replace your father? Did it breastfeed you as a kid? Is it a time machine that can take away all your... No. And that's a surrogate for some missing need, and that's what advertisers, they fucking, to good effect, particularly child advertising with merchandising, and not to mention too many names, Disney, go fuck yourselves. So the grief that causes and creates on those families who are not shareholders in the Star Wars, which was the first one, or the Steve Austin, or the whatever, Knight Rider dolls and other merch that, some kids just can't afford. Anyway, so, yeah, I had it rough, man. I never got I wanted to play trucks, I wasn't really into Skywalker. That came later when I had to cross-dress as a 12-year-old at a bar to make money for the... never mind. No, so that combination gets dealt with under one roof. And you think, no, but you can't, no, well, you've got someone there, like a general practitioner, okay, the bare minimum, and they're going, yeah, no, you should see this and that, and, and then you're assessed, we're in the clear, you're safe, and then we start delivering the diary management and the project management so that you get the right professional help, and in fact, right across the board in every category, including delivery of your minutiae, etc. Do we double on sacks? You're damn right. It's in the bedroom. And here's the IT department deal with this. Our internal IT department have set up, that's fibre to the premises. That's our payment system called Square. Job that needs to get done. And now you're up to speed. On the rough outline, value proposition, research and development team, the concierge service overview, rough take, fix it up, practice makes perfect.